A group of stray dogs that have lived in Bidadari for nearly a decade may soon be trapped and removed by NParks, following complaints from residents about barking and alleged cases of dogs displaying territorial behavior towards park visitors. The National Parks Board confirmed on Tuesday that it is working towards the humane capture of the dogs, citing public safety concerns. NParks said that surveillance is ongoing and that a canvas hoarding has been installed as a visual barrier to reduce interactions between the dogs and park visitors. The agency also put up signs advising people on how to manage encounters with the strays. However, Jermaine Chua, a longtime caretaker who has been feeding and monitoring the dogs since 2017, believes the decision is unjustified and unfair. She fears that removing the elderly dogs will only lead to unnecessary suffering. "These dogs have been here for years without causing harm," said Chua in an interview with TOC. "They are extremely skittish and always hide from people. They wait until it's dark and no one is around before coming out to eat. Then they disappear back into their hideouts. They've never attacked anyone, not even when this area was a construction site filled with workers." The four dogs, Kolu, White Chest, Pointy, and Floppy, are collectively known as the Bidadari Dogs. They have lived in the area for nearly a decade, but concern over their fate has mounted in recent weeks. An online petition started by Chua on change.org has gathered more than 3,000 signatures as of Tuesday, urging NParks to reconsider its decision. "These dogs are shy and skittish. They do not pose any threat to anyone," Chua wrote in the petition. "There's been no case of actual aggression nor attack from these innocent dogs, who are almost 10 years old and do not have very much time left." NParks has stated that the hoarding installed in the park is meant to prevent visitors from entering off-trail areas and that the dogs are free to move in and out of the enclosed space. However, Chua and other animal welfare advocates disagree with this claim. Several Instagram posts from the doggy mommy have alleged that the area was actually sealed up by NParks, leaving the dogs with no way out. Chua, who has been monitoring the dogs daily, said that the installation of the hoarding had an immediate and devastating impact on the strays. "When the canvas was put up, the dogs did not eat for 7 days, she said. "They suffered so much. How much more will they have to endure if they are trapped, removed, and thrown into an unfamiliar environment?" Chua also questioned the logic behind NParks' decision, noting that it lacked concrete evidence to support claims that the dogs were a danger to the public. "We asked NParks to set up surveillance cameras so we could verify if the dogs were really chasing park-goers," she said. "But NParks told us their footage didn't capture any dogs chasing or attacking people. Despite this, they informed us on 27th January that they would proceed with trapping them." She added, "These dogs have been living here for almost a decade and never harmed anyone. Now that humans have taken over their home, the humans are getting rid of them. These dogs are part of NParks' TNRM program. If dogs under this program are removed every time there is a complaint, even without any evidence, how is this justifiable? Singapore is a first world country. Surely we can behave like one." Instead of trapping and removing the dogs, Chua has proposed a more humane and practical alternative: installing a permanent fence to protect both the dogs and park-goers. One resident mentioned that a temporary canvas barrier helped keep the dogs away, she said. "So why not put up a proper fence instead? This way, we protect both the dogs and the people, and feeders like me can continue taking care of them until they pass away naturally. This would be a fairer way to use taxpayers' money." Chua emphasized that the Bidadari dogs are already part of NParks' Trap, Neuter, Release, Manage program, and their population has remained stable. "These dogs are old and have very little time left," she said. "They aren't increasing in numbers. They're just living out their final years. What harm is there in letting them stay?" She also pointed out that barking does not equate to aggression and is simply a natural behavior for territorial animals. Dogs bark to defend their space. It's normal. But these dogs are not aggressive. They bark because this is their home and they feel the need to protect it, even though they're scared of people. Chua believes that Singapore should be striving for better coexistence with animals rather than defaulting to removal. We are a diverse nation. Shouldn't we encourage tolerance instead of acting on fear? These dogs aren't aggressive. They're just old and trying to survive in what's left of their home. Chua's plea is simple. Let the dogs stay in the only home they have ever known. They've already lost most of their habitat to redevelopment. If they are captured, they will be scared, stressed, and potentially miserable for the rest of their lives, she said. Please be kind to them. Give them some space in the park, which was their home to begin with. They deserve to live out their final years in peace. As NParks moves forward with its plan, the fate of the Bidadari dogs remains uncertain. The situation has sparked a broader debate on how Singapore balances public safety with animal welfare. But for Chua, the solution is clear. We can do better, and we should.